Everybody, today, Videoguys NewsDay Tuesday. Tuesdays at 2 p.m. You give us a half hour, we're going to teach you all about the products we sell. Today's show, all about Avid Media Composer, the different flavors that are available, what's the right thing for you to get. We get asked constantly, what should I do? Do I buy or lease, rent or own, perpetual subscription, Crossgate? What do I do? So folks, this decision and this show, the whole object of today's show is we're going to explain all the reasons why you might want to buy or lease, rent or own, what are the different flavors, what's available out there. It can get confusing. I would say the number one question we get asked on the phone in the chat rooms is, should I subscribe or should I get a brand new version? Or I have a new version, should I switch to a subscription? Should I support? What's the right thing for me to buy? We're going to cover all that in today's show and more. And in fact, we're going to show you a little cost analysis to let you know what's really the right decision for you. So we're really excited about that. We're going to jump into it. But before we get into the big questions, buy versus lease, rent versus own, perpetual versus subscription, we're going to take some questions now. What's the first question we got on the board? What are the different flavors of Avid Media Composer available today? Okay, that's a great place to start. Let's start with the base Avid Media Composer subscription. It's $199.95. It's the full Avid Media Composer. It lets you edit everything. You're not held to different frame rates, frame sizes, or different resolutions. It's full Avid Media Composer. The difference is it doesn't have any of the add-on goodies, and also it's set up for the individual editor to edit on your own. It doesn't play nice in shared environments. Next, we have Media Composer Ultimate. This is a subscription that's $499.95 for the annual subscription. It gets you Media Composer, plus it gets you all these cool options. You get the Symphony option with the Symphony color correction tools. You get Phrase Find. You get Script Sync. You get News Cutter. And you get all the Media Composer updates. So if you're really working on big stuff, this is the way to go. Plus, most importantly, Media Composer Ultimate does play well with others. It is intended for shared environments. It works great with it works great with Nexus Pro. It works great with Media Central Editorial. It works great with the bigger Media Central. It works great with the big Nexus system. So Avid Media Composer Ultimate is a great way for you, if you're a post facility or a shop, to add extra seats if you're not sure how long you're going to need them for. There's right now available a product called the Media Composer Crossgate. This is very important. I want to talk to you about it. Right now it's $299 until December 31st, $399 after. The reason I want to bring this to your attention is this is the product to get if your Media Composer annual support has lapsed. If your Media Composer annual support has lapsed, what you need to do is buy a new seat of Media Composer. That's pretty expensive at $12.99. We'll get to that in a slide. But now for $299, you can switch to Media Composer Ultimate, and then you can renew it every year. And folks, I just want to go over that. This price, I showed you a sales price that's on now because this Crossgrade promotion, but we're just showing you the base prices of these products. Several times a year, Avid does allow us and run their own promotions on the pricing on these products. So this is just regular MSRP pricing to keep everything consistent for this webinar. Next, we have the Media Composer Perpetual. That's the version that you buy once, you own it forever. It includes 1 year of software updates and support plan, but what you're going to need to do each year is to buy an additional support plan to keep the software active. Now, if you don't buy a support plan and your Media Composer Perpetual lapses, you still use the software. It still functions and works perfectly. However, you can't upgrade. You're going to be frozen on the last version you were on. So that's an important distinguishing thing between the two. All right, do we have another question? What are the differences between the standard subscription at $199 and the ultimate at $499? Cool. Well, we built this chart together for you. You can bring that up full screen if you want, Eddie. I also have Perpetual on here. So the base standard version gets you Media Composer. Upgrades for the first year. Each additional year is $199. With the ultimate, you get the addition of Symphony, Phrase Find, Script Sync, and News Cutter. With the Perpetual has all the same features as the Media Composer that's in the ultimate. Plus, you can add your subscription support for $299, or you can also add these other options that are available. Now, I want to point out right now the Symphony option is available for $99 if you don't have it already with your Media Composer. You have to have an active support plan, but if you do for $99, you can add Symphony, which is really great because we got some big news to tell you about the next upgrade that's coming out, next update from Avid, which is going to have some really cool changes in the color tools. Also want to point out that there's workflow benefits of each. We don't need to go full screen on this, Eddie, but the Media Composer Standard does not do shared bins, it does not support Nexus storage, and it's not good for collaboration with teams. It doesn't support Media Central. If you're working in a shared environment, you definitely want to either stay with the Perpetual or get the Ultimate subscription. So, next question. I already own Avid Media Composer. Should I continue my $2.99 annual support plan or should I switch to a subscription? This is the $1 million question. This is the question we get asked all the time. This is the question that ties up our phones that people don't understand. So I've created a workflow diagram that I'm going to try to walk you guys through, and hopefully I'm going to get this right when we go to it. Of course it's not, so now we'll take this down and we'll try to go to escape, and I'll try to find the thing that I want to get. All right, here it is, coming up. There's a little diagram we put together. Sorry about that. It's kind of a workflow diagram on what you should do. What's the way to go over there? It's kind of crowded on here, so I'm going to blow it up if you give me a second. Hold on. All right. So I'm going to walk you through this. The first question you need to ask yourself is, do you have an active or current support plan? If the answer to that is no, then you have to move to a subscription. Which subscription should you get? We're going to come back on that. If you do have a support plan, yes, then the next question is, do you work alone? If the answer is no, yes, then it's real simple. What we recommend you do is get the Media Composer standard subscription for $199 a year. Why pay $299 for something that you're not going to fully use? The Media Composer for $199 is fine. Get you in the subscription model, $199 a year. Not a whole lot of money to ask you to put out there, and you'll be having the very latest updates of things in the Media Composer. Let's say you do work with others. You do work in a shared environment, or you own some of the add-on options like Symphony, Phrase Find, Scriptsica, Newscutter. Well, if you own those, then we think you should renew your Avid Composer standard support plan for $299 a year, because basically your standard support covers not just your Media Composer, but all those other options. Plus, that version already is in a shared environment. It fully supports Nexus shared storage, Media Central. So if you're on Perpetual, you're in a shared working collaborative environment, and you own some of these other products, definitely stay on Perpetual. Now, if you don't own any of those other products, but you think you might want them, and you think you might be in a shared environment someday, that's when we tell you to cross-grade to Avid Media Composer Ultimate subscription is the way to go. $399 cross-grade, which I pointed out is actually on sale for $299 right now, then it's $499 a year afterwards. So that's the way to go. I want to take it back to the top because I know I skipped something, and that is if you don't have a current support plan, you could subscribe to the base product for $199 standard. Sorry about that. Or take advantage of the $299 offer I told you about and go right to the cross-grade for Media Composer Ultimate. And that's what I really think you should do if you don't have if your support plan is lapsed. It's just the way to go. So if you have Media Composer, but your support plan is lapsed, you definitely want to do the cross-grade. All right, let me try to see if I can bring this into the PowerPoint again. Hey, how do you like that? It worked. Now let me just say to play from the slide. And let's see, what's our next question? What are the benefits of perpetual versus subscription? That's a great question. One I'm going to get to right after I get another sip because for whatever reason, I'm choking today. The biggest pro part of the subscription is the upfront costs are lower. At $199 or $499, that's a lot less money out of your pocket than $12.99 for the full perpetual license. And like I said, for an independent editor at $199, that's the way to go. You know, if you're not sure you even like Avid, download Avid first. It's a great free software program. Play with it a little bit, and then get a subscription to Media Composer Standard. Or if you're really looking to get involved with other tools and other tool sets, the Ultimate subscription includes Symphony, Phrase Find, Script Sync. It supports bin sharing, Nexus shared storage, and Media Central platform. Definitely a great value at $499 a year. It's not breaking the piggy bank. It is more expensive than the $199 one, so if you don't need those tools, for $200 you got it made. But we are big fans of the subscription. Now let me go through pros of the perpetual license. Number one, we say, just as a point, it does require a $299 per year support plan, so it's not a perpetual set it forget it. If you own the perpetual version and you don't have a support plan, your Media Composer keeps working, but you're frozen on the version that you were on before. Now, if you want Symphony, Phrase Find, Script Sync, and Newscutter, those are one-time expenses that you buy them once, then you have them, and your $299 year support plan covers them. All right. Do we have another? What's the next question? I want to renew my annual support plan. What do I need to buy? Perfect. Your annual support renewal. Very basic. The same $299 support plan works whether you own Media Composer with Symphony, Media Composer with PhraseFind, Media Composer with ScriptSync, or any combination of them. The $299 renewal gets all your stuff renewed. And if you don't own any of them and you want to add them, you can. And like I said, we're running a promo right now where for $99 you could add the Symphony option, and that'll give you, for $99 you get the Symphony option, and now you have the color correction tools, which once again, precursor to what's coming up. Got some big exciting news about the color correction later. All right, this is a chart I put together that I want to take this full screen, Eddie, if we could. If you don't currently own Avid Media Composer, do you buy versus rent? And I really want to point this out at what I know a lot of people get frustrated about the subscriptions having to pay every year, but it really is a better deal. Take a look at this. If you're going to buy Media Composer, it's $12.99 for the seat, $2.99 for a year. You're at $2,500 at the end of 5 years. The same 5-year period, you can have the Media Composer Ultimate subscription at $4.99 a year. And for the entire 5-year period, you could be using all those other great tools like Symphony and PhraseFind and ScriptSync. Plus, as I mentioned, a lot of times, several times a year, those subscriptions go on sale. So that $4.99, maybe $3.99 or $4.99 if you time it right, so you'll save more money. The bottom line, which branches off to the Y, I really wanted to show you. The bottom orange line is if you just had, you're an independent editor, you stay on Media Composer Ultra, and you just keep Media Composer Standard, and it just goes for you. We can put this on the side now, Eddie. That line veers off in the Y because I'm saying maybe you start with the Standard, and then you grow into something better over time. And this shows if you started with the Standard for a couple of years and then went to Ultimate, you still come out ahead on the whole thing. So when it comes to should you buy versus rent, what I have to tell you is the subscription saves dollars. And we really say it, subscribe and save. You can buy Media Composer if you want to, but for most people, you see the chart, you see the numbers, you are better off subscribing, getting the full access to the software you need with all the upgrades that you need each year. And at the end of 5 years, you will have saved money. All right, what's our next question? Oh, this is a good one. How often does Avid Media Composer update? Well, that's one of the great things about the subscription model and the service, the annual support model that Avid's gone to. Unlike the old days with software, Avid's not beholden to upgrade cycles, and they have a new big version coming out, and here they announced it at NAB, and it ships in June, and it's a $200 to a $500 upgrade, and everyone jumps and gets it, and we all sell upgrades for a month or two, and then everyone stays there. No. With this new model of annual support or subscription, all updates come to you for free as long as you have, well, not free, as part of your subscription, as part of your annual support. You get every update Avid comes out with. So Avid comes out at least once a quarter with a major upgrade, plus they constantly have point upgrades that fix some stuff, that take care of some stuff. So when you're under the subscription, you get all the updates free, a support plan too. You don't have, a keynote here is you don't have to upgrade till you're ready. So even if a new version comes out, you're not obligated to install it. Don't install it in the middle of a big project. One of the advantages of Ultimate that I didn't mention here is I believe with the Ultimate subscription, you can go back further versions. I think you can actually backtrack all the way to 8.0 if you want to. So for people who want to use older versions but have access to the newer stuff, it's okay. It's kind of a weird thing. It's why buy the Ultimate if you don't want the Ultimate level of software, but it's there. And it allows you to rock through previous versions. So Avid Media Composer, constantly updated. Good job by Avid, and that predictable revenue stream of the subscription model is what makes it all possible, folks. And I'm just telling you, I showed it on the chart, these subscriptions aren't a bad thing. We all subscribe to stuff every day in this modern era. We subscribe to Netflix, our cell phone services subscription. You know, it's not a bad thing to have a subscription model. You subscribe and you save with Avid. I recommend the subscriptions. The Avid, if you're an independent editor for $200 a year, you get the full Avid set of tools. Edit a movie, make an independent film for $199 a year, you can. Or if you're really getting into big stuff, you're in a shared environment, you want those other tools like Symphony or PhraseFind, the ScriptSync, get the Ultimate subscription. At $4.99, it's a great deal. And like I said, several times a year it's discounted at $50 to $100. So definitely take advantage of that. All right. Well, wanted to let you know, I hinted at it before. Media Composer 2018.12 coming December 31st. Lots of cool features coming. Let's take this full screen and we'll read them off to you folks. New titling tool. People have been begging for this. It's one of the most requested things from the Avid community in years. The marquee, done, new blue titler, good but not great. We want a new titling tool. It's an Avid titling tool. We're getting it. Multicam updates that let you add, remove, adjust, edit, and swap cameras, group clips. Getting in with the multicam tools that other products have. Background bin save. Hey, we've been asking for background saving. Now we get it. DPX performance improvements so we can handle more stuff in real time. And the big one, the big kahuna that people have been waiting, finally we're delivering. Shape-based color correction. The Symphony color correction tool set is getting an overview. It's override. It's going to be brand new. It's going to be much stronger, much more powerful. I've seen some really cool demos where that you really will be able to use Symphony at the next level. Avid editors, no color correction. Color processing is an important thing. Now the Symphony tool set is getting the facelift that it so badly needs. If you're on the perpetual license, you definitely want to take the $99 offer we have going right now and add Symphony so you can take advantage of this upgrade when it comes out. If you're on the Ultimate, you get Symphony and you get these color correction tools. All right, next question. Does the subscription work with dongles? No, it doesn't, folks, and I'm sorry about that. If you need dongles, you need to stay with a perpetual license. Some people love their dongles. They never want to let it go. I get it. I know why you love it, but then you're not going to be a subscriber. Stick with the perpetual and keep it going for $2.99 a year. Okay, next question. Dun, dun, dun. What about post facilities? Should we buy or rent? That's a good question. I want to make it clear that for the entire beginning of this whole program, the webinar today, was really about you as the individual. If you're a post facility or you're an advertising agency or you're a marketing department within a big corporation that has to do some video work, the buying versus renting, subscribing isn't such an easy, straightforward answer because a lot of times there are advantages to owning the software. One of the advantages is the software then becomes tied to the workstation. Whoever sits down at the workstation, fires it up and it starts going and it works, as opposed to a subscription model where people have to enter their subscription, which is tied to the email address that they work with. And it's also much easier for you to manage multiple perpetual licenses than it is subscriptions. And in fact, if you're a big enough facility, Avid has floating licenses available where you can buy a floating license server to handle your multiple users even more. What I recommend most, and we have it right here in the middle, is a blended approach works best. Get a core set of perpetual seats for your organization. Maybe you typically have 5 guys who are there all the time, but then use the subscriptions flexibility to add additional seats as you need them, as you grow, or maybe some additional features. Maybe you guys don't really do a lot of color work, but now you're getting someone who's going to color finish your project. Well, get Symphony on one of the perpetuals and add some Ultimate subscriptions and get it there. Or if you just have some people who have to help you with the Media Composer and the cutting because you're on a tight deadline, subscribe to the Media Composer, the standard one. And also I want to add that while Videoguys doesn't have the monthly subscriptions available, you can subscribe on a monthly level from Avid. It costs a little bit more, but it gives you as a post facility even more flexibility to add users as you need it. And then the other big reasons that facilities should buy or rent is, I think if you're a facility, you shouldn't be asking yourself about buy or rent. You should be asking yourself about shared storage and about Avid Media Central Editorial. So let's go into that. Avid Nexus Pro. Avid Nexus Pro for around 10 grand gets you 40 terabytes of shared storage. We've done a lot of shows on Nexus Pro. You can scale it up to 4 engines, which gives you 160 total terabytes, 2.4 gigabytes per second performance. It's expandable. It's software-defined shared storage. We've done some shows on it to go over it. Definitely recommend if you're a facility of 3 or more editors, you should be on Nexus Pro. You should be doing shared workflows, and you should use bin sharing. You should all be working together and collaborating. Next, Media Central Editorial. If you're a post facility, you need to be looking into what this can offer you. It's $1,000 a seat. It's sold in 2, 5, 10, 20, and 25 packs. But Media Central Editorial gives you the ability to manage your media, to document your media, to log your media, add metadata by people who aren't Avid editors. They can run it through a browser window and they can start organizing and marking and letting you get to your data and get to your video faster so that you can find what you need and share what you need and work better. When you're a facility with multiple editors, It's one thing to have shared bins to be working together. With the Media Central editorial management, you start to get control of all your content, where it lives, how to use it, how to share it. It's definitely a way to go. And if you're interested in that, give us a call. We have workflow specialists here who'll be happy to get on the phone with you and talk to you about your multiple seats of Media Composer, Nexus Pro, and Media Central editorial management. Do we have any more questions, folks? I think we have one more. Yes. What are the Avid hardware options? Avid still has I/O hardware options. They just introduced about 4 months ago the Avid Artist DNX ID, which now for under $1,000, an independent editor can have hardware I/O, SDI and HDMI. Big note, it's Thunderbolt 3 only for $9.99. There's also the Avid Artist DNX IQ I/O hardware, which is based on the AJA hardware. It's $3,000, $29.99, Thunderbolt 3 only as well. It's got some more robust I/O and some more capabilities than the DNX ID. Then for those of you who want the big kahuna, the DNX IQ I/O hardware is $38.99, but what I really like about it is it's Thunderbolt 3, or you can get a PCI expansion card, which means people with older Macs or people who have HP or Dell workstations can put this in there. It's a full suite of I/O. It's a very robust product. We're very big fans of it. All these products do a nice job. The DNX ID and the DNX IQ are made by Blackmagic. DNX IQ is made by AJA. If you're looking for I/O hardware, give us a call. We'll help you find the hardware that meets your budget and your job and what you're looking to do. There's also some very good comparison charts on the Avid website comparing all the I/O and features of these various products. All right, do we have any more questions? Oh, I was hoping that maybe we'd have some questions from the peanut gallery, from our Facebook viewers, but none today. I guess everyone's busy on their holiday shopping and stuff like that, but that's okay. We thank those who did attend the show. At this point in the show, I'd like to talk about what we have coming up. Coming up on Videoguys NewsDay Tuesday, January 8th, how to improve your workflow with Atomos monitors, recorders, and playback. We use an Atomos Sumo as part of our workflow here. I've got an Atomos Ninja 5 on this DSLR right here. This is the hottest new product in the industry. We're very excited about that. January 15th, the scoop on storage, G-Technology RAID setup, and G-Technology shuttles, very exciting products. January 22nd, to be determined. I hope to have our best of 2018 video and article done by then, but may not be able to get it on that time frame. That's why we still have the TBD there. I hope you enjoyed the show today. We enjoyed bringing it to you. I think this chart was the big chart that I think helped everyone a little bit on what's the right thing for you to buy for what you're looking for. That's the question we get all the time. Remember, we have live people here. Give us a call at 800-323-2325. We'll get on the phones. We'll explain to you how the gear works. We'll help you make sure that you've got the right computer. It'll run on your stuff. We'll help you get the right either support, annual support, or subscription that's right for you with your Avid Media Composer. This is Gary from Videoguys.com. We'll see you every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Videoguys NewsDay Tuesday. Peace out.
Videoguys is available Monday through Friday. Give us a call at 1-800-323-2325. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter to stay connected with all of our updates. And you can like us on Facebook. Keep an eye out for our live videos. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.